Hi, my name is Tom Galt. I'm lead designer on Darkness 2, and you're watching Platform32.
Jackie Estacado in the flesh.
Ah, yeah, the Darkness 2. If I could be bothered now, would be a great time to make a joke about Justin Hawkins. But I can't, so I'm not going to. I thought that Darkness was a great game, and if I'd been doing Platform32 around the time of its release, I would have totally given it a good review. The sequel, which has been imaginatively titled The Darkness 2, follows on from the first game, but the series is now in the hands of a new developer, and they've given Jackie Estacado and his Darkling buddies a major graphical and gameplay makeover. Curious to find out more, I grabbed onto Tom Galt, the lead designer of The Darkness 2, with my tendrils, so I could ask him some questions before I ate his heart from straight out of his chest. What's the game about, Jackie? Oh, sorry. I mean Tom. Sorry. What?
So Darkness 2 continues the great story from Darkness 1. We start 2 years after the first game, you know. At the end of the first game, Jackie killed his Uncle Paulie. He became the Don of the family. So after that, you know, we're 2 years later, we've kept the Darkness bottled up for those 2 years. Until a day at a restaurant. You're being attacked, you know, and it's a strange organization, it's strange guys. They captured Jackie, and they're torturing him. They want the Darkness. The only way he can escape and survive is by actually bringing the Darkness back out and using it again. So that kicks off the events of our game. And Jackie spends most of the game searching for these guys. Who are they? What do they want? It turns out they're the Brotherhood. They're led by a man named Victor Valente. And the Brotherhood is actually this ancient organization. They, when they were first made thousands of years ago, they were a force for good. They actually wanted to keep the Darkness bottled up. They didn't want it to destroy the world, so they were trying to keep it contained. But over time, the Darkness corrupted them, and it actually turned them into this evil force that now, as you saw in the game, is trying to steal the Darkness from Jackie to use for their own good.
The Darkness is well cool. Everyone wants it, man. But why? Well, along with the Darkness come some very cool abilities, which in the first game, among other things, included the ability to summon different types of imp-like Darklings that could attack your enemies. What new Darkness powers will be present in the Darkness 2?
We have a lot for the players to explore when they're playing the game. We have our quad wielding system, and that's our 2 demon arms and guns. You can slash guys with 1 demon arm, you can grab objects and enemies with the other demon arm, all while shooting your guns. So it creates a really engaging combat system where you can slash a guy into the air, you can grab him, you can toss him at somebody else while you're shooting a new guy. You know, so you can combine all these powers in interesting ways. It's a lot of fun. And on top of that, actually, we have a progression system. So you earn essence for every kill, and you spend essence to upgrade your powers at talent shrines. So we have things like allow you to upgrade your weapons to make them better. You can get new powers and upgrade those powers. You can, you know, buy the black hole to get that power. The one we showed here at the demo was called gun channeling. When you activate gun channeling, it actually channels the Darkness into your guns, allowing you infinite ammo and amp damage for a short period of time. So lots of cool things like that for players to explore while they're playing through the game.
In the original game, Jackie commits suicide after witnessing the murder of his girlfriend Jenny. Instead of going up to visit St. Peter at the Pearly Gates though, he travelled to the other world, the home of the Darkness, which resembled the trenches of World War I and was full of undead soldiers, some nice, most nasty. Will Jackie be returning to the other world or journeying to any other crazy locations this time?
Well, our demo here kind of ended on a cliffhanger. There is some weird stuff going on. Jackie has a lot of questions. The Darkness is out, you know, the Brotherhood's around. I can't really reveal anything yet, but yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. It's not all just in New York City.
It looked like Tom was struggling not to tell us something cool then. Fingers crossed for more twisted time travelling in this instalment. The undead soldiers from the first game were creepy as hell, but the idea of being in a hellish version of World War I was pretty damn awesome. Now, you may have noticed if you were a fan of the first game that the graphical style has been completely overhauled this time round. Starbreeze, the developers of the first game, went for gritty, grimy realism with their graphics, while the sequel goes down the cel-shaded route, so it looks closer in style to the comic books. Were graphics the only things inspired by the comics?
The comic books were awesome. We did a lot of research on the Top Cow books when we first started production. The biggest thing from them is our art style. We were really inspired by the look and feel of those comics, the vibrancy of the colors and the darkness of the blacks there. So we thought it would be really cool if we could take that look and have it in a video game. Right, so we call it graphic noir. And our art team has gone in and they're hand painting all of our textures to really make it feel like you're playing in a comic book. So that's probably the biggest, most obvious source of inspiration there. But we're also looking at it in terms of the characters. You know, who is Jackie? What kind of person is he? The comic books really inform that for us. And the people in his life, like Butcher and Aunt Sarah and Jimmy the Grape. So all these characters from the comic book were in the first game, and they continue here in Darkness 2. And finally, I guess in terms of the story, Paul Jenkins. You know, fans of the comic book know Paul Jenkins. He wrote a lot of the best comic books in that series. And he wrote the first game as well. He came back to help us write Darkness 2. So he was a huge source of help, and he really made a great story for us here in Darkness 2.
Thanks, Jackie.
God, I mean, Tom, bloody cough. Fans of story-driven, gore-soaked first-person shooters should be marking February the 10th, 2012 into their calendars as soon as possible so they can get their pre-order on for the Darkness 2, because the next chapter in the story of Jackie Estacado is looking awesome.
Isn't it, Jackie?
Oh man, I'm off to get some strepsils. See ya.
Jackie! Hold on.